Let's talk strategy. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is WHITNEY MADUEKE, and WHIT INFLUENCE is where I share everything on being an influencer and digital content creator. It's your guide to influence. Today we're going to be talking about strategy, social media strategy, what you need to actually be better on social media. And this is Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, wherever you want to be on, you need a strategy. And so I'm going to help you with that. So let's get straight into this conversation. First things first, you need to understand your target audience, your niche. What are you actually trying to share with the world, and who actually would be interested in it? It's so important to know this, because then you can actually cater your content to them, and that way it's actually helpful, and you're actually creating content that people will enjoy and will watch or will see. So it's really important to understand who really are you trying to create for, or at least attract with your content. For me, because I'm creating beauty tutorials here and there, I know it's for women, and I'm dark skinned, so I definitely want to help my dark skinned women out there, my black women out there. So I'm creating stuff like beginner friendly makeup tutorials, or at least I'm showing them like different lip combinations that you can use with your lipstick. And so it's so important to remember who this content is for when you're creating, and that way when you're sitting down to put down all your ideas down, you kind of have a really good structure that helps align all your contents together. Because it'll be very weird if 1 minute you say you want to be a beauty influencer, but you're sharing so much more of things that are not relevant to a beauty influencer. Like maybe you're doing more food photography on your Instagram, or more food cooking videos on your YouTube channel, and since then you've only done like one makeup tutorial. How does that really align you with what you're trying to achieve? So a strategy is so important, because it really reminds you of your goal. Like, it's so easy to say I want to be a food influencer or a food content creator, and before you know it, your Instagram is full of random things that actually doesn't align with what you want for yourself. So a strategy is so important, and when you do bear in mind the people you're trying to attract or at least create content for, it really keeps you focused on them. So you're not looking at other people and saying, hey, that person created this content, let me just do it. Even if you want to hop on a trend, you say, how can I make this relevant to the people that I want it to be relevant for? It's so easy to say who you are, but to actually have things that represent that is what you should really be focused on. You need to have things that represent who you're trying to be to the world. Now that you've figured out your target audience and your niche, you actually need to think about what type of content you want to create and where would you like to share it. So you figured out like you want to do food tutorials, or you want to do sports commentary. So what platform is best for that? What platform do you think you can deliver on? You're not just following what other people are doing, but you're actually figuring out who am I and where would I like to actually start. You have YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, even Snapchat, and figure out where you'd like to build yourself on. Different platforms appeal to different people in different ways, so it's so important to have that in mind. And so when you're thinking of your target audience or your niche or the type of content you're trying to create, you have to also think of the platform that it would work best on. You can't think of pictures and think of YouTube, that doesn't make sense, but you can think of Instagram and think of videos and pictures. So it's really understanding what do you want to create, how do you want to create that content, and where would you like to share it with the world, because then that actually keeps you grounded, especially when you're thinking of the people you would like to reach out to. When you think of TikTok, you think of Gen Z, much younger age group. When you think of Instagram, you think of millennials. When you think of Facebook, you think of baby boomers, more older people. What platform am I trying to attract these people on, and what will best fit my content? Because when you have that in mind, it actually really helps you a lot, and it helps you to be more strategic. It helps you to be more aligned with your purpose, with your goal, and that's really the most important thing. And it takes me to my next point. What is your goal? You need to have that written out in bold ink. Are you trying to educate people? Are you trying to inspire them, teach them, or just give them comedy relief? It's so important to understand what is your goal with the content. If you're trying to educate them, then it's tutorials that are more instructive. If you're trying to inspire them, then that's even phone, great, because then you could use pictures on Instagram. So it's so important to understand what is your goal with the content. Are you trying to show people things? Are you trying to make them laugh? For me, I love inspiring people, I love motivating people, I love educating people. So on YouTube, I will share a tutorial, like a beginner friendly makeup tutorial. On Instagram, I'll share like an everyday makeup look to remind people like, yes, you can keep your makeup this simple and still gorgeous. And you know, I can share my daily life, my daily struggles on Instagram and YouTube to motivate people, to remind them like we're all going through challenges, and at the end of the day, we all need to overcome them. Think of your goal in your strategy. Think of the people you're trying to impact. Think of, you know, the platform that would do that the most for you. And you know, YouTube is such a great platform when you think of content that people can always go back to and they can search for. Instagram is great, you know, to have people that you can follow, you know, on a day-to-day basis. And TikTok is great if you just want to have a laugh, or you just want to have, you know, your favorite person on there who just shares whatever aspect of their life they would like. So there are different ways platforms appeal to different people, and you understanding that really helps you. And if you just take a few minutes of your time to go through these platforms, you kind of figure out which platform actually speaks the most to you, and at least which one you can start off with and grow into. Because you can always start off with YouTube today and you know, you figure things out and you're like, I like Instagram, let me expand to Instagram. Or you can expand to TikTok. It's really just all depends on you. You're the one driving that boat. You know, you're the one that has that idea that you want to put out to the world, and you need to do your best to execute it in a way that actually, you know, people will enjoy. And that is the fun part, you know, executing ideas that people end up loving or they find super helpful is such a brilliant thing. And you need to do that. You need to figure out what is the goal that I'm trying to achieve here. Finally, you need to create a content plan that you can actually follow to your best ability. This is a plan that puts in all the points I previously mentioned, and it just reminds you on where you're going and how you should go about it. So your plan, you know, bears in mind your target audience, it bears in mind, you know, the platform you're creating for and the type of content you're creating, and it also reminds you about your goal. And when you put this together, you have that brilliant content plan that is super helpful. So this is when you sit down and you brainstorm what your people need, what your audience needs. This isn't necessarily the people that are following you, because remember, you might just be starting off with no followers, and you want to attract people. And so your target audience are the people you continuously want to attract, and even when you attract them, you want to keep them, because it's so easy to attract people and you lose them in the process, because maybe, you know, they were so attracted to your fashion tutorials, and before you know it, you were so all over the place, you were also including, you know, food photography, this and that, and they just like lost interest. It's okay to diversify your content, but when you're starting off, you kind of want to pinpoint yourself. You kind of want to have this specific area that when people go on your page, your YouTube, your Instagram, your TikTok, they say, yes, she's into beauty, I like beauty, I'm following her. Because sometimes when you're just all over the place, it's harder for people to connect, and especially when you're just growing and you're figuring yourself out. But when you start off with a small niche of content and you actually grow, it definitely helps you. So for me, when I started my YouTube, I was primarily on hair tutorials, and with time I put in beauty tutorials here and there, but it was really primarily hair tutorials. Like if you are coming to my channel, you are coming for hair tutorials. And I expanded to Instagram, and with Instagram I was kind of all over the place figuring out what works for me. And so I was doing fashion, beauty, lifestyle, but with time I streamlined into beauty and skincare, and that's really where I am. And even now, as I expand, including different things here and there, I'm still primarily beauty. So it's so important, like when you're figuring out your target audience or the type of content you're trying to create, remember to kind of hone down on one particular thing when you're thinking of your goal as well. Start off with something that you can definitely put your all in, and that way it actually gives you this group that you can actually then expand from. And with your content plan, it's reminding you of what skills am I trying to learn. Yes, I said, you know, I want to be a beauty influencer. Yes, I want to be on YouTube. Do I know how to edit videos? No. So should I have time time to learn? Yes. And so it's so important, you know, that you have this content plan, because then it actually is a visual map of what you need to be doing, how you need to be doing it, and that really just helps you. Also figuring out, when do I want to post videos? Am I posting videos every week? Every 2 weeks, every day, every other day? What is your strategy? Having a content plan doesn't mean you have to follow it to the T, but there are definitely pillars in your content plan that reminds you of what you're focused on. If you say you want to be a beauty influencer, then you should really be focused on that. You should really be focused on creating content that tells the world that you are a beauty influencer or you are a beauty content creator. And that's why it's so important to have certain pillars in your content plan that just keeps you aligned. And it's definitely okay to say you want to be a beauty influencer and tomorrow you change your mind. It's perfectly fine. You can definitely move around and try different things, but I think when you do know the area that you want to be in, it really helps with your growth. It really helps with the pace that you actually learn these skills that you need to be better at what you want to do and what you want to share with the world. This is how to build a social media plan that works for Instagram, YouTube, whatever platform you want to be on. And I hope you found this super helpful. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out the description box down below for more information, and comment down below, are you gonna create a social media plan? Was this super helpful to you? Let me know, and make sure to check us out on Instagram at WHIT INFLUENCE for more tips, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye! Hi, my name's Whitney. Ooh, my notes. Don't get messy.